the sun now raising up, and the crowd now waking up. The King Kong truck full up on the vibe, and nothing can break it up. The girl them a wine and stop. We have the drinks them in my cup. Boom, we're gonna party all night. We're ready for the road. Yo, unroll the bar, smart thing. The King truck up ahead. Yeah, we ready, we're ready. Yeah, we ready, we're ready. Yeah, we ready, we're ready. Unroll the mass with the King Kong truck. Ready.
Fights breaking out, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's not what Carnival time should be.
Today will be interesting when it comes to the KJ and Marissa situation because I don't know if they communicated up to this point or what's going on.
So now, come to find out, that's KJ cousin, which I didn't even know. So initially, I'm gonna be quite frank. I understand why he was being protective of Marissa because that's KJ's cousin, that's his girl. And you know, I could see how the miscommunication happened to a certain extent because I was trying to do the same. She's road ready, that's KJ's girl. I'm there, I'm a man, she's a woman, she's drunk and vulnerable. If I see another man there, nah. Cutting all that out the equation. Marissa, let's go. He blatantly was disrespecting me, regardless if we knew each other or not. Like, you know, it's like he was like egging me on, like he wanted the issue.
No, I will. I mean, this is not something that like I share on an everyday basis, like, which I think is odd. Like, but like nobody ever like informed me that like my antidepressant, like I take Zoloft when, you know, like mixed with alcohol. Like I just kind of started to notice that lately, like it just seems like I'm like blacking out a lot, and it doesn't matter like if I'm drinking a little bit, if I'm drinking a lot. Like it just seems like if I get upset at all while I'm drunk, I'm just black out. What I was hearing about what happened and how I was like acting in regard to thinking that KJ left me, like it's embarrassing, but also says a lot about like underlying issues that I have, like especially like abandonment issues. Those issues definitely contribute to why like I'm on the medication that I'm on and how I'm just able to get through like day-to-day life like much easier. And I just feel like I really shouldn't consume a lot of alcohol, like especially outside of like controlled environments, because I can't really predict what's gonna happen in a crowd full of people.
There's a lot of emotions going on between the cast, right? Usually we'll go out as a group, right? But it came to a point where like we had to be like, you know what, this is optional. Like you get to take time to yourself, recoup, reassess, and then, you know, we look forward to today, or you can go out. And some people were, I ain't gonna lie, we were a lot of us were on the fence of like what we're gonna do. Some of the cast decided to stay, and the guys, you know, he was like, yo, we gotta get out, right? Like, let's not sit in that negative aura.
Viva la Carnival, great event, like so far, like 10 out of 10. We had a party and, you know, one of the producers said, yo, the challenge is whoever get the most wine basically win $100. I'm gonna say, all right, this is light work, you know? And to be honest, my number My royal number from last night was 27. I danced with over 27 girls last night.
Stevens' approach with the girls then was really good in the sense of he recognized the type of atmosphere he was in, and he realized the girls were moving kind of more slush-like, right? And he would just sit down, stop, talk to them and say, I know you're not interested in dancing, you know what I mean? Would you like to, hold a wine and stuff like that? And he hit pretty much every mark, you know what I mean?
And you see the boy Fresh, so the funny part, So when we are going and dance, Fresh, every time we find a group of girls, right? And we dance with one, Fresh is at the background. And wait, I was like, you know what? If him dance with her, I catch her friend. And Fresh basically I eat off of my food. I never like that to know you, I eat off of my food. So
and it was like a good little, team bonding exercise in a sense.
It's Carnival morning. Everyone is a little slow getting it together, but we rose up at the crack of dawn to get our makeup and hair done by Carnival Glam Hub because we want to look so good. And when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you whine good. Glam Hub makes getting ready for your big day easy and stress-free by offering all your Carnival services in one location. From makeup to hair to breakfast, photo shoots, and shuttle service. They've got everything you need to look and feel amazing. Thank you, Carnival Glam Hub, for taking care of us on the big day. Make sure to visit carnivalglamhub.com to book your Glam Hub experience today.
Yo, so today, the big shebang, Carnival day. Everybody got them costume, the girl them got look nice and feathers up and whatever. Boy, I don't know how them girls that carry them big backpack there with all them feathers and everything, brother. I don't know how so strong enough you walk on the road the whole time I whine.
Shout out to Gen X again for thinking about male costumes, just not it being shorts and a freaking, a little chest piece or something like that. Our costume has flavor, it has a rhythm to it. Play with Job. So for all the Grenadians, that's definitely y'all thing. And I love what the costume, represents, right? You want to look good on the road, right? You want to feel good on the road, right? And if you look good, you're going to feel good, which means you're going to whine good, which means, it's just a domino effect, man. And hopefully not get stabbed up by their feathers, right? You want to give a girl a nice whine, but some of them have the frontline feather backpacks, and it's you're trying to bob and weave, and some of them just be swinging their freaking feathers and stabbing you in your eyes.
So today we had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was awakened at 3:40 to get up. For me with Carnival, my makeup I have to just be dramatic, that drastic look. And I felt like she definitely accomplished that. So I'm excited. But yeah, man, that's it. I'm excited.
Listen, you don't know, it's Boogie Lights, 2 West Side. Don't forget that. You see that. Alongside Miami Carnival 2022 is a movie, it's a situation, it's a situation.
Already TV, we here.
We here. All day, every day. Well, not every day, but all day.
When I say so far, you say Lika.
Hey, ride, babe, ride. Hey, ride. She said that too plenty. Hey, ride, babe, ride. Hey, ride. She said me love walk, ride, babe, ride. Hey, ride. She said that too plenty. Hey, ride, babe, ride. Hey, ride. She said me love walk too much. Mount up till it bust.
Me love walk too much. She said, oh, why you being so rough?
Me love walk too much. Mount up till it bust.
Me love walk too much. She up every must touch.
I tell her heads are tails are head. Right pan like it's a sled.
Lay upon like it's a bed.
Hey, look like your friend.
Sit upon like tea off the bench.
Sit pan like the bench.
Brace palm down right on the edge.
She love right and she love get that. She say her favorite song, Choke Baby. Drive the boat, baby.
Choke, don't choke, baby. I'm feeling like salt, baby.
She like me song, we go ticky 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 tock.
It go tick 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 tick
too much.
Brace pan body and wait.
She said me love walk. Me love walk too much.
Like it's a bed.
Walk. Me love walk too much.
Brace pan body and wait.
She said me love
Tick 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 tick
ticky 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 She said me love walk too much. Mount up till it bust.
Me love walk too much. She said, oh, why you being so rough?
Me love walk too much. Mount up till it bust.
Me love walk too much. She said, oh, why you being so rough?
Me love walk too much. Mount up till it bust. Me love walk too much. Get up, baby, must touch.
Roughness. You don't know. Representing cool. Classic.
They got them
You don't know.
Well, as y'all can see, Carnival was done. Definitely was the time. Miami Carnival 2022. It's definitely one for the books. Extremely tired.
Man, I just feel like a little kid when I'm dancing. Like I feel it's a way for me to express myself. It's a way for me to like relieve stress and stuff like that. So Carnival though, yeah, Bumpsies were brawling and I was patrolling.
Well, the spacing was very tight, and all of the costumes had really big feathers or really big features, and everybody came out looking really good. All the girls had on a lot of makeup and a lot of feathers, and boys came out in full costume too, which meant that they had on feathers or backpacks or stuff. So the spacing that we had to
Maneuver through.
it was very small,
tight.
and then everybody in Miami Carnival dances. Like everybody, and I'm not talking like, oh, we're chipping, like them dirty dancing.
Yeah.
It's like whatever they see on TV for what Jamaicans do in music videos, like that was being performed on the road, which was really great. Like it was such a vibe. But then if you're going to talk about space,
There was no space.
there was
for
no
that.
space for that. So Jody comes out, and Jody is the only one in her costume, which is called Tambu Bamboo, who ordered the extra large backpack. She is the only person in Tambu Bamboo with the extra large backpack. So now they call, and like in Miami Carnival, you have to cross the stage, and it is like a really big thing of Miami Carnival, crossing the stage. So Jody is just standing there, and me and Jody are just standing there, and they're calling for people to get in the section, and me and Jody are just standing there. And then this girl comes up behind Jody, and she's like, oh, are you section leader? And
Like,
Jody's
no,
like,
no, I didn't even know where I was.
so then she starts to shout out, she and her friend, we found the section leader! So now all of the sections are like, get in a section, get in a section. So all of the sections start to line up. So we're just kind of standing there. And then when I turn around and I look at Jody, I'm like, my girl.
Tracy says, there's hundreds of bamboos behind me.
Like, everybody who was in a Tambu Bamboo costume was behind Jody. And people, girls were walking like, this is our section leader.
And I'm like, guys, I'm not the section leader. And the girl behind me is like, you are now. I'm like, and I couldn't turn, but I didn't need to look back. You don't look back in line, you just look forward.
And then I don't know what happened after that, but today I never saw KJ and Marissa look at each other at all. Like I never saw them par together. I never saw them nothing. I never saw them together at all.
I just, I don't know. I've always said a carnival couple can't work. I don't think I'd be able to happily play mass with my other half.
I think we had a great time today. I spent a lot of time looking for KJ, but not like in a frantic way. Like I still like was able to like have a good time, and just like be patient in terms of like finding him. But when
Like
we
today-
did
well,
find
today-
each other,
today
it was exciting. Like when I found him,
it was
good.
normal. It was like how it was when we first went to Carnival. I'll say.
Yeah, I think so. But when we
First of
first
all,
went to
I
Carnival,
feel
I don't think we were apart that long. Like today, like we were apart for like a long time. Like a long time.
We know why you guys were apart.
Oh, so you say like a carnival couple can't work, but you're saying that because like don't think that people can play mass together as a couple?
I think they can. I just think certain people can't. Like I know I couldn't. So that's why I keep saying a carnival couple can't work.
I've played carnival with my
But I think
husband.
there's too much there's too much bodies, whining, liquor. There's too many emotions for things to like just smooth flowly, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I have to disagree with you because Carnival is about like love and unity and getting together. But I guess maybe some couples have trust issues and maybe that's why it doesn't work out.
I am in a relationship. We was talking about rules for, you know, being on the road and our relationships and everything like that. And I had rules. You know, some of my rules included, you know, not picking people up or doing some of the extra stuff. So, say all that to say, Carnival Day, all rules were followed. Juve, on the other hand, as you guys seen, Juve was a time. So Juve was a place with no rules, you know, or a place where you don't follow the rules.
So I just think you have to know what is good for you in your relationship and not push those borders. So when you push those borders is where the problem starts. And it is not just with Carnival, it's with anything.
Walking through the whole crowd, it was kind of aggravating.
That was like overwhelming.
It
just seemed like we were walking.
First of all, let me talk, please. You just talk. Let me talk.
Okay.
This was my first time like having to wear, well, not having to, but wanting to wear a backpack or whatever. So like, it was just like, I couldn't just walk. I'm walking, like other people's wings hitting on it, and I'm just getting caught up. Like, it was just like a lot to try to get back to our truck or whatever.
I think that one of the main differences between Jamaica Carnival and Miami Carnival is that in Jamaica, we are already in Jamaica. Like, nobody has to feel like, oh, I need to show that I am a Caribbean person or that I know this music or that this is my vibe. Where I think in Miami, that people are like, oh, hey, my mother's mother is Jamaican and that makes me part Jamaican. So I feel like everybody came out dancing harder and everybody wanted
like
to
they were
put on
trying
a
to
show.
Like when you see with a flag, it was like this whole like hand boom signal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're from Jamaica? It's like, yeah, I know I don't look like an Aki, but I'm from Jamaica. I actually live there. I have my children there. We go to school and we work there.
And so for me, that worked for Miami Carnival for me because it brought the vibe very high. Like everybody was dancing in Jamaica
their
Carnival.
islandness.
Yeah, in Jamaica Carnival. So one thing we said, like nobody's dancing unless an Instagram camera was on.
The sponsors, Gen X, but tell us that Gen X don't miss. Like so far, Gen X delivered on my side. Like
shout out to Gen X. Gen X took a real good care of us.
So one of us pick the top-notch girl and to come to the Gen X, the Gen X band because it's nothing but woman. The ratio was off as far as women are big.
I feel like it was about 15 to 1. I wouldn't even say 10 to 1. It was like
it was
crazy. It was nice. It was nice.
Crazy.
Ooh, I love and hate today all at the same time. It's really bittersweet, you know. We're all tired. We're super excited to all like have our bed soon, but we're leaving the Roadhouse, and it was a long week, 8 days, 9 days, but it also went by so fast.
So specifically the, Stephen and I incident.
Last year we were surrounded, but you had to be around the pool. You can with your eyes all you want. Last year you were there.
I was there last year, but I'm saying,
I'm not gonna argue with you.
No, I'm not arguing with you.
Yes, you are, because why are you spitting in your eyes?
Because I agree with you.
You don't need to agree with me. I'm telling you.
You are saying that because you have a man problem.
No, that has nothing to do with that.
What do you mean?
So, when Stephen asked and I shared my perspective, very opposite from everybody else's, he started to say, you don't have a problem. You have a problem because you have drama. And then he proceeded to say, you have man problems, and he kind of yelled it out, and he basically outed something in front of everybody, right, who may not have known kind of what was going on. So earlier that day, me and Stephen had shared like a moment where we shared some information about each other and like how we felt in our relationship. And what's worse, or maybe why I blew up, outside of obviously there being alcohol involved, was because
I'm going through a rough patch in my relationship right now. So it was definitely a trigger for the other reasons, but then on top of it, I'm genuinely going through something in my relationship. So it was like 1, 2, 3, hit all at once, and I lost control because I just didn't know how to handle it. And I think it was just a matter of me bottling up and it coming out at that moment. Like, no one would think that about me. Everyone thinks I'm this like big, loud person. I'm not, especially when it comes to like my heart. When I do open up, it's huge because like, you know, that you've been able to open that up and bring that out of me. So it's just been a lot. It's just been a lot for me. And you know, Carnival is supposed to be somewhere where you can just be free and have an amazing time. And I felt like it was shadowed by things that are going on at home that maybe me holding on, me not holding on, but me not dealing with when it needed to be dealt with, you know, followed me, and it just kept building and building and building to the point where it almost ruined an experience that I love more than anything in the world. So it's crazy how, you know, you think you're doing what's right. You think, okay, well, let me just push it to the side, Letitia, you don't have to worry about it. Let me just not deal with it. Let me just, you know, deal with it later. We always say later, we always procrastinate. And here you end up being the bad guy. Like, I look like a mad woman. I'm pretty sure like I threatened him in the car. And it's not me. It was more just, there's so many things that I'm dealing with, and at that moment when he triggered me, it all came out. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe this week. I'll say this week I had a lot of up and downs, but I still kind of like felt like we became a family at the end, because everyone just like, you know, the tensions were so high, no one was getting enough sleep, was partying so much back-to-back days. But, you know, at the end, we really became like a family though, like, honestly. So that's one thing I can say, like, that I've learned from this week, and like just the experiences with everyone, you know. So, yeah.
I think and I know that this is just the very beginning of something very, very great. You know, maybe we'll do like Soca Japan, or, you know, Carnival in Dubai or LA, and we're the start of this ripple effect of the movement. You know, it's not glamorous as it seems, and it's not just fun all the time. Sometimes it is hard, but we still choose it, and that's because the bonds and the lessons are unmatched by anything else you can do in this world.
Yeah, we're ready, we're ready. Unroll the mass with the King Kong truck. Ready, 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 ready. Yeah, we're ready, ready, ready.